and today we're going to do a seedling tour. So I'm going to take you through some of the things that I've been growing, and I'll tell you a little bit about how it's growing and some of the experiences that I've had so far. So let's just dive in. So here's what we're working with. This is just one of those utility racks from Lowe's or Home Depot that we put together. This is our south-facing bay window. And this is the space that I've been using to start seedlings for the past 3 or 4 years. And it's worked out really well. Once they get bigger, I usually harden them off and bring them outside. This year will be the first year that we have a greenhouse. It's an unheated greenhouse, but it will really help with the hardening off process. I'm super excited to use that. So let's dive in, shall we? We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So on the bottom, I have my heat mat underneath these. Right now, I have it under these peppers because they haven't all germinated yet. This tray I just started probably about a week ago, and it's got tomatoes and peppers, and this is chamomile, and then I have some Mexican sour gherkins. Those are the little ones that look like tiny watermelons. Super cute. This is a tray of jigsaw peppers, and then in this one I have snail vine. I talked about that in my seed haul video. I believe the first seed haul video. I'll link it. And then over here, I have some sweet potato. I have had experiences in the past growing sweet potato. It's so hard. It's not as easy as people make it seem. You've probably seen the pictures of like where you put the sweet potato in a glass of water and let it root that way. I tried that for several years and it never worked for me. Then I saw a video by, I believe it's the Millennial Gardener. I will link it and I'll be sure that it was him, about the way that he starts sweet potatoes, and I did it his way and it works so much better. So thank you. This is going to be my first year with like all these slips. Last year I got, I think, 2 slips out of trying it. But this year I did a better job. So they just keep growing and growing, and actually I'm started them a little bit too early. So I have had to take some of them out and just put them in the compost. Excuse me, that's my orange boy. He's got a little bit over here. All right, let's go up to the next level. So this second level, I just have the next 3 levels I pretty much just rotate. I rotate them to give them enough sun and to make sure they aren't stretching out too much. The bottom level is where I keep all the stuff that needs to be as warm as possible. So anyway, so here, this tray is the green twister echinacea. I did not have great germination on this, but I did get 3, so that's good. I did cold stratify them. I had better luck with some of the other echinaceas. This is giant aster. These are from Baker Creek. Most of these seeds are from Baker Creek unless I mention otherwise. These are the spooky dianthus, I believe. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, that one doesn't have a label, but I'm sure of it. Those are the spooky dianthus. There is a sneaky little ageratum in here too. And then over here, all of these are lamb's ear. So my neighbor, my very, very nice neighbor, she had some lamb's ear in her front yard, and last summer there was one that popped up in our yard. So probably deposited by a bird or something. I let it grow, and I let it bloom, and I let it go to seed, and this, I saved the seeds and they sprouted. I have like 50 of these. I'm super happy because I love lamb's ear. So I think I'm going to put most of these, well, not most of them, but a lot of them in a moon garden that I'm trying to create. They have, the bloom on them was like bright fuchsia, but I don't really care about the blooms. I'm in it for the foliage. So that's those. Those are growing great. And we'll go up to the next level. Okay, this tray is looking a little bit sad, but that might be because I did cut some of these. I did pinch some of them back to try and encourage them to branch out a little bit more. This is the spooky dianthus as well as the Hollandia purple crown, I believe is what it's called. Dianthus, both of them. And then in the back there's a little bit more of the lamb's ear. This is a double-decker echinacea. I had better germination luck with that one. And then this one is just a purple, the classic purple coneflower echinacea. I have these in my yard, so I just saved seed from them and started them that way. I did cold stratify them for all the echinaceas. And that, by that I mean that I put them in the fridge for, gosh, probably 2 to 3 months actually. And then I started them after that. Over here, this tray, these are the ageratum that I split in the other video that I made. I think it was called Separating Seedlings. And as you can see, they have grown quite a bit since I put them in here. They're facing this way right now because I just turned all the trays. And then here, I actually just pulled this one in from the greenhouse because it's going to be really bad weather tonight. But mostly pansies, violas. I've got 3 different kinds in here. I'm hoping to use a lot of these in the fairy garden. And then over here, these are snapdragons. Snapdragon Cherry Twist. Looking very good. And the topmost rack, this first one I have alyssum in here. That's these ones in the front. And then these ones, which actually sort of look like the pansies, but they're not. These are agastache, or however you guys want to pronounce it. I like to say agastache. And then there's more snapdragons back here. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can see I pinched some of them to try and encourage some branching out. I just did that, so you can't really see any, but if I find one that I can see new growth on, I will point it out. Over here, I just started some sweet peas last week, and they are already taking off. Pretty much everything that I've started is either cool weather annuals or perennials that I'm trying to get to be bigger before I plant them out. This tray is kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think I took soil and reused it, so there's a lot of like random things coming up. But it's supposed to be yarrow. I think the majority of them are. Last year I grew a lot of yarrow. It was really easy to grow. Once they get a little bit bigger and have their true leaves, it'll be much easier to tell what's a stray. So I can, I'll probably just let them all grow, but at least I'll know what's what. Over here, this is penstemon. I saved the seed from a plant that I got at Lowe's last year. It's the I believe it's like dragon's tongue, penstemon. I'll see if I can find the label. But anyway, I love it. It's a beautiful plant, so I'm going to grow more of it. And then there's more agastache here. In this tray, these, the green ones are either weeds or just random other things that I'll probably pull out of there, but the ones with the red stems are gomphrena. I didn't have the best germination on the atomic purple. This one is the salmon pastel. This one had better germination. This is white coneflower that I also just saved the seed from a plant that I have. And then there's more alyssum. It's looking pretty leggy, but I don't mind that so much in alyssum because it's kind of going to topple over anyway. And then here, these are those columbine. And this particular tray I did not cold stratify. I just started them like normal and they germinated. The rest of them I did cold stratify and I have no germination. So I guess I wasn't supposed to do that. So that is everything that I have over here. I do have some larkspur out in the greenhouse that can handle really cold temperatures, so it has been fine out there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'd love to hear what you all are growing and how everything is going for you guys, so leave it in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks!